So welcome my audience to our first lesson for the well-known server called as Doge Algebros. In this server, as you know, we guide you to a full knowledge on the calculus course through different topics, lessons provided by videos, practice worksheets, and also a chatbot that will be your best friend for the eternity this course. So our first lesson to provide you is second lines and average rate of change. So in what consists this and how do we solve it? So to come before entering into the examples, we need to remind you that rate of change is also represented to slopes. Slopes are represented with the letter M. Never forget this concept. So how do we reach to slopes? So this is the formula we used, which is y over x. But this is not the exact formula we're going to use for this topic, as to reach for that y and x with the problems we are going to be seeing, we will need this formula, which is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So you may be thinking I'm a bit crazy and that you are not understanding it, but don't worry, algebras, because now we're going to a problem in order to reach a solution and for you to understand in the best way possible. So our example is the following: fx, here is it, equals x to the second power plus 5x, and this problem provides us two values, which are 1, 5, but they are not in a parenthesis. Look at this. These are like keys or like walls that are accumulating these numbers. So in this case, as they are not parentheses, we understand that they can also be seen as x equals 1 and x equals 5. So please remind that for this lesson, because it is important when you see a problem like this one. So how do we solve this? It is easy, my friends, because we are going to do it by exchanging our variable x on the problem provided with the values that also were provided along with the problem. So how is it going to be? F of 1 equals x2, you might think, but in this case we exchange it by the 1 plus 5 times 1. This is an easy problem because it is a one value. 1 times 1 equals 1 plus 5 times 1. 5 times 1 is 5, so 1 plus 5 equals 6, my brothers. And we go on with our next value to plug in, which is 5. So over here we reach the 5 to the square power and 5 times 5. So these two values are equal, 5 to the second power and 5 times 5. They are the same, so both are equals to 25. Remember that we are also practicing our mental math in order to get to be experts, and maybe you can be a teacher and help others as you like to be helped. So continuing with our problem, our result will be 50 because it is 25 plus 25. So having this in mind, what do we need to do now in order to apply the formula I provided you at the beginning? Well, in this case, by solving this, we got the y values. And you're guessing why? Well, it is easy to understand. At the beginning of the problem, they provided the x values. So now we needed to reach to our y values. And what is y1, what is y2, what is x2, and what is x1? So they give it in order. So in this case, 1 will be like our x1. Therefore, the problem solved with 1 will be equal to y1. So in this case, this is gonna be y1, and our 50 is going to be the y2. So it comes to be easy solved as this. We plug in the values right here. Our y2 is 50 minus 6, and what is our x's? The ones that were provided at the beginning. 5 minus 1. So we solve it for parts. 50 minus 6. What is it, my friends? I want to hear you out loud. Yes, it is 44. And 44 divided by the denominator is equal to 5 minus 1, which becomes to be 4. And this is easily solved. 44 divided by 4, 11, my friends. So that's how we reach the slope, the answer, and the average rate of change. Easy as this. So continue practicing, sorry, my friends, because I will provide you a worksheet in order for you to get an expert in this topic and keep moving on to other lessons. Be aware to the Discord, because we will be uploading more videos, more lessons for your knowledge to increase and for you to be a mathematical expert, as I told you along the lesson. Thank you for your attention.